Yo, all right, listen, this is take three of this recording. Would you believe it's taken us 2 hours to get on call? You may know him as Danny from Northside Green. Now, I did say, oh, by the way, this is Callum. Say hi, Callum.
What's up?
So, as you know, obviously the Mega Man X Let's Play, I recorded all 8 stages and I was meant to show how to get the Hadouken and also this, I was also going to finish it off. Um, I haven't yet, and I bulk recorded all those parts, and then life got in the way, so I'm back now. It is the 13th of August. This will probably be getting released on the 13th, or probably more the 14th of August. But yes, this is basically a live recording, and I just thought, why not get my boy on whilst I just go through this, just showing how to get the Hadouken, and I guess it's also me not wanting to pull my hair out whilst doing the Sigma Fortresses. We are actually recording now. Would you believe it? We recorded for about half an hour ago, and then we recorded for about 3 minutes before. And Lawrence, Mr. Dark Glow Pink, Mr. Sex Haver, forgot to hit record. Anyway, Mr. Watts, I believe you are eating smoky bacon crisps.
Not yet. No, I'm not going to eat on call because God knows the audience doesn't want to hear my fat ass munching. But I will be.
Yeah, just to let you know, guys, we really are edgy here over at Dark Glow Pink. Yeah, let me tell you, as I like to say, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. Wow, I really butchered that, didn't I? Um, yeah,
What the fuck does that even mean?
bro, because people are like, oh man, he's living on the edge, and it's like, well, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
I suppose that kind of makes sense in a weird, fucked up way.
Yeah, it does, man. What I'm trying to say is that I'm an outlaw, I'm a rebel. Rah! Gang shit. You wouldn't understand.
Fair enough.
And so much shit. Ah, yes. Anyway, last time we were on call together, we were discussing middle-aged men in lycra, and we were also discussing smoky bacon crisps. Yes, I believe that's how.
We weren't really. I don't think we were discussing. I think we were more just ranting.
Yeah, we were hating because we are hateful little men. That's what we are. At least I am anyway. I don't know about you, Callum, but I'm one fucking hateful cunt.
Oh fucking hell!
I think I'm going through delirium because it's like attempt number three. I've already fucked it up. I'm gonna have to restart the game. Obviously, keep the recording going, but I've already messed up having to get the Hadouken because you've got to not take damage and jump off this ledge 4 times, and I just proceeded to just get my ass whooped and didn't jump off the ledge. Anyway, yeah, Northside Green. Did you guys know that Callum hasn't actually featured in a Northside Green episode since May?
May? Yeah,
May.
May. Yeah.
May, and we're in August now. That's nearly 3 months ago, and it took episode 9 took about a month to write, and to then also over a month actually. It took it came out the 23rd of July, but it took me about a good month and a half, probably the longest time it's taken me to write an episode, because I forget episode 3 and 4 came out the same month.
True. But episode 9 was kind of a full rewrite. It was
Wait, what did you say?
episode 9. Well, episode 8 and 9 were kind of a full rewrite.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, it took a long time. Have you got a personal favorite episode of Northside Green?
I do like 8.
Yeah, I like 8 as well.
Disenchanted's pretty good too.
Is that episode 4?
I think so. Yeah.
Disenchanted. Yeah, that's the Yanks return, right?
Yes.
Yes,
And is
yes.
it the me and you ripped the piss out of Baz?
Yeah, we do, yeah. Oh, was that episode? No, that's episode 3 and episode 4, I believe. That's when Baz was being a little emo. and it continued until episode 5. That's it. Yeah, I think episode 5. I think for me anyway, as a writer, as a director, and I think that the cinematography. I'm still quite proud of episode 5. That montage with the heavy metal music.
Yes, I will give you that. That was sick.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that, and I think I love the title as well. To bet on a three-legged dog. I thought was really cool sounding. I still do. Episode 6 probably is my favorite.
Getting rid of the albatross was pretty good too.
Yeah, because I think
Just a big duel, and it's like this big build up, and then they just get annihilated. It's like, well, that was fucking pointless, and
yeah,
it's just so anticlimactic. It's brilliant.
I like the fact that the Yank doesn't get the happy ending. Where if he had just shut up, he would have been fine, completely fine. Because his mum, who's played by my good friend Hannah, comes in and takes his Xbox off him. For me, yeah, getting rid of the albatross, episode 6. I think for me, as writing wise, that the line about the dirt of others that you allow yourself to be buried in, I think is probably my favorite line of the show, and I think that whole sequence.
I remember when you first sent me that. I was like, yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, thank you, man.
That's almost lyrical. Like it's good shit.
Thank you, I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, it's that I feel like really kind of cemented because I don't know, not cemented anything like as in I think it just felt like it was probably the most like mature shit we had. Again, I fucked up on this Mega Man part. I'm gonna end this probably. I'm gonna upload this anyway, even if it's just like attempt 1 with Callum.
Too.
I feel like where in the show, I discussed obviously Baz and the whole your friends can take a joke too far sometimes. I feel like that was a mature theme in the sense of we're all guilty of it, of mocking someone, of mocking our friends and stuff like that, and kind of, not realizing the consequences of it. The thing is, Keith's a prick and he does realize the consequences of it. But I feel like with the whole thing with Danny and where especially later on in the show where it's gonna go, I feel like that was kind of that it's quite a dark and mature thing in that show.
It is.
Quite early on as well, I feel like.
Man, I don't want to start hyping up episode 10 just because it's the next episode, but it gets dark there.
Yeah, it does. It does. And episode 10 really does throw back episode 6. That's a direct callback to episode 6.
Little spoiler, Danny does appear.
Yes, he does. He's back. He was only away for one episode.
We're back. But you say as a writer director, I think as a voice actor, and we use that term loosely. I think episode 10, I'm quite proud of that performance. It's you'll have to wait and see, but I think I did something all right there.
No, you did, man. You did. You sounded. You really gave it heart and soul. And I remember I listened to the first batch of voice notes, and I was like, oh fuck! Actually, that actually kind of made me I felt quite emotional listening to it. I thought, fuck, man, you've really, you fucking killed it. I mean, you always kill it anyway. Everyone does. I don't think there's not one bad person in the cast, but I feel like those.
I do think we have. I think we've all grown as voice actors. Like compared to the early episodes, compared to now, you can hear there's a lot more kind of confidence in the way we all speak. But I think obviously you've alluded to it's being made via Snapchat and on the phone, but like for the people that don't know, when we're recording lines, we literally just get script. So it's literally line pause for the reply and then the second line. We don't get any audio feedback. So it's somewhat difficult to kind of have a conversation with no one there.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. And I write the dialogue in my head knowing how I want people to sound, but everyone delivers it so differently that sometimes whatever I think in my head, it will come back just as good, if not better, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you give us a very kind of solid foundation to work upon, but you're not forcing us to work in a box. We all put our own kind of spin on things at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, I think the best character in the show is Lee's character Tony, who I originally voiced in the second episode. Unfortunately, and I kind of like that when Geo Tony or Tony then reappears later on. It's like, oh, actually no. Um, I feel like because it's a different voice, it feels like a different character.
True.
You know, but I
It,
think
it goes to show like the kind of how homegrown it is though, where people are voicing multiple characters to begin with.
oh yeah, well I mean if you look at the first episode, I did the Yank, and it's funny because my mate Luigi, who plays the Yank, played the MI5 guy in that
Yeah, yeah.
episode. And I played like Geo, Tell, or John in one of the episodes. But I want to kind of I want as many people to come in as possible because I feel like it makes it again probably because I can hear it and I go, oh god, that's me. Oh fuck, I fucked it up again. Bollocks, this fucking game, bro. I swear to god, I'm gonna chuck my fucking phone out the window in a second. How many lives have I got? Oh shit, no. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. I got 5 lives.
That's how budget we are on the dark glow pink universe. Even playing games on a phone.
Yeah, I mean the whole Mega Man Let's Plays me played off my phone and recording the audio on the computer. Oh
The
my God.
computer that took 4 hours to set up.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I don't make the show on my laptop. It's not even my laptop; it's my sister's laptop from her college. It's just like, bro, there's no point. I mean, like, I've Callum seen it. Everyone's seen it. That the first 8 episodes of Northside Green was made on a broken iPhone 11. That thing was busted up. It should have been working and it did. And somehow Northside Green was made. Again, this is why I love every single person that's involved. And I feel so sorry on my poor mum because my poor mum listens to me rabbit on every day. But like when I'm literally writing this script on my notes app and then sending it to everyone, and then everyone's getting their lines back. And yeah, sometimes it takes longer than whatever, but that's cool. At the end of the day, people are doing free work for me to make my vision happen. And I really, really am so grateful to everyone involved because at the end of the day, you're making something that I want to do happen. And you guys don't have to do that. I'm really grateful for that. I know I say it, but it's like I really fucking am grateful because it's like, well, holy shit, man.
No, it is what it is though. It's I'm happy to be a part of it too.
Yeah.
We spoke about this in private. Obviously, we've never said this publicly. I remember when you first came to me about the idea, and I thought, oh yeah, this could be fun. Like it was just, I just thought it was gonna be like a small little project, and then you kind of went into more detail and all these characters and the storyline that's playing out. I thought, shit, this is actually something that's interesting and relatable, and it's something I can explore new interests in. Like I'd never done voice acting before, and now it's kind of like, ooh, this is something I'm okay at. I'm not gonna fucking blow smoke up my own ass that much. But it's a new interest of mine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad, man, because that's the thing as well. When you really strip the show down to what it is that you are really watching people, being acted out from a game from 2007. you know. But I feel like because of how good you and how good everyone else is with emoting, that I feel like it's believable. I don't think it matters that it's made from Halo 3. I feel like even if it was live action, it'd just be as good. I feel like everyone really brings those characters to life. you know?
Agreed. And like I said, there's a noticeable difference between the early episodes and the later episodes where everyone's kind of a bit more confident.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not in an echo box anymore, which definitely helps.
Do you know what? There's a lot of charm though. I really because I kind of I wince at the rap in the third episode. Now I know I wrote that in as kind of, oh, you know, he's in his room, and when you're in your room you do stuff like you sing with the hairbrush in the mirror, and I wanted to show that. And I wince at that because it's cringe as fuck, but hey ho. But I think I
It's
really
supposed
like
to
this.
be. That kind of the charm of it.
Yeah, I really like the second episode. Two's company, three's a crowd, four's a riot.
Oh, that's when Tash and Baz get introduced. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, Nadine and Baz and Tony as well. Unfortunately, even though he's voiced by me, yeah, that's Geo Tony's first introduction. You know, and I feel like for me that was that for me I think was really the start of it because the pilot was good, and even in the pilot, going back to what we were discussing before about Demi's mentioned in the pilot, but it's just your phone's blowing up.
Yeah. It's such as I said this in take one, but obviously that didn't work. So we'll say it again in take. What's this? Three.
Yeah,
It's amazing how a character who's not even seen or heard on screen, only referenced and like mentioned, has
yeah,
such a fucking aura.
that's it. I mean, I've kind of said that whenever we all meet up live, and that's going to take some time. But you know, uh, when I presented Northside Green to Kallum, I did kind of show him, hey, I have 5 seasons worth of stuff that I want to tell with this show, and yeah. I kind of presented it like, yeah, this is actually 5 seasons worth of stuff that I have this idea, and it's not finished, but this is how it ends, this is how it starts, blah blah blah. And Demi, yeah, was you know kind of referenced oh, I'm gonna have to fucking restart this again, bro. I'm sucking at this, but I don't think it really matters. You know, Demi will not be introduced until we can do it live action, and I've kind of said her character. I want her to be the absolute lovable sociopath that she is. I want people to fall in love with her character, and you kind of watch her and you forget, you know, like have you ever seen The Sopranos or any show like Dexter and stuff like that? You kind of forget these people kill people, but because they're so charismatic and charming, you kind of you fall in love with them.
Yeah, the kind of like anti-hero
Yeah,
vibe.
instead she's just a villain, but she's quite charming and charismatic to the point where even some of the cast members kind of forget that. Oh yeah, she's shit on my boy Danny. You know?
Yeah, it'd be interesting when we do eventually go live action.
Yeah,
And again, for people that don't know, like obviously Lawrence is based in London. Some of you know I'm based in Ireland. Nadine, she's all the way in Australia. Like it's something that's in the works and something we're all working towards, but it will be some time, unfortunately. But when it happens, it
oh, it will
will be
happen.
good.
It will happen. It will be magnificent to say the least. Yes. Um, but yeah, it's just yeah, it's crazy. You're right though. Demi has such a presence, and obviously you know I feel like she gets it's joked about a bit in the show, but yeah, it's like yeah, she is actually there is at the root of it a domestic abuse relationship going on. Um, and I think tackling it as oh it's a man in the abusive relationship is kind of different because usually it's seen as you know the battered wife and stuff like that, which you know it is true, but
Yeah, it's obviously a sensitive topic that we are tackling, but you know, it's something that happens in the real world. It's unfortunately a harsh reality.
no, it is. I feel
And
like
I
we're
think,
tackling it quite well as well. I'd have to say for the first time me ever writing anything like this, I feel like we're tackling it okay.
Yeah, I think so. But like, I did have a thought there, and it's gone.
Okay.
Never mind. No, completely gone. It's 11:30. I'm tired.
You're all good, sir. You're all good. I don't even think I'm gonna get the Hadouken, but I'm still gonna upload this because I feel like the conversation's good and people are just gonna have to wait probably another month for part 9 of Mega Man X. Um, no, I think Demi has
Yeah,
such a presence in the show. Um, that I think yeah, it's great. Obviously, it's not great what's happening to Danny, but I feel like yeah, I think it's good that she isn't shown, but she's just kind of fret, and it's like oh fuck, you know.
yeah. It almost kind of mirrors how it happens. You never actually see it happening, but behind the scenes, it happens. It's almost kind of like exactly what's happening on screen.
Yeah,
You never see it happen on screen, but it's alluded to.
no,
Just
exactly.
kind of.
And I feel like as dark as it sounds, I feel like it's. So I was just moving the device there. I feel like it's I kind of not in a way where obviously sometimes the less you show it's more impactful, you know.
Hmm.
And I feel like as well the concept and the idea behind Northside Green. Obviously, I took inspiration massively from Pre-Game Lobby by Harabek. Obviously, we're telling a completely different tale, and I do feel like there is something quite, I don't want to say European and especially British about Northside Green, but I feel like there are things that in this show that I know people who watch it are usually American, they don't kind of get. It is quite, you have to be British slash Irish slash you get what I'm saying, right? There's a lot of like references, slang, and terms that I feel like you kind of have to know what we're on about.
Yeah, but it's somewhat emulating an early 2000s culture
Oh, absolutely.
in a specific area. You grew up here and over there, and it's kind of emulating that.
Yeah, too right. And I mean, it's funny because the only people that really lived through that time that can remember it properly is is Tony, is Lee. I
Yeah, it was
mean,
a little bit before my time, to be fair.
yeah, I mean, we're talking. I mean, Northside Green is hypothetically meant to be set between like 2008 and like 2013. Kind of.
Hmm.
Even though that unfortunately there has been like iPhones in shots that aren't meant to be there, but look, it's just a mirror. It's not a phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm so focused on playing Mega Man X on this emulator on my phone, and I'm sucking. It's just not happening. But I'm glad to have something up, and I'm glad for us to be chatting. But yeah,
We should do this again. We should do like a Q&A about Northside Green and
yeah,
discuss some of the actual behind the scenes of it, I suppose.
yeah, no, 100%. Oh, I wanted to ask if you got a favorite character in the show because I know I've said mine is probably Tony.
I think mine's Tony as well. It's how he's gone from that kind of how he started his character as this kind of, well, let's be fair, racist, trolling individual, and then you see him grow into this much more sensitive, real person.
Yeah,
And it kind of reminds me of back in the day. Like I was somewhat Halo, but I was more MW2, and you hear all these people talking shit when in reality that's not who they are.
yeah, online trash talking, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean we were all part of it back in the day. Let's be fair.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know me. I'm still a trash talker now. God.
It's kind of nice to see that character development from just a trolling a-hole basically into someone who's actually quite a decent person.
He's very endearing.
But like the live scene with Tony and Keith, where Tony's kind of trying to talk some sense into Keith, that's brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
and he is. He's a very endearing character. He's kind of like how the grandfather group, if that makes sense. You can like, yeah. If
Yeah.
I need some advice, I'll probably go to Tony,
No, 100%, 100%, 100%.
which
We're
is
also
ironic because my character and Tony don't get on.
no, no, and that's it. But that's his way into the group, which gets referenced in this episode, by the way. Next episode, should I say? Is that he kind of he joined on unstable grounds and ends up actually kind of grounding out the whole group because I feel like him and Nadine are kind of two sides of the coin,
Mm.
where I feel like, oh, hold on a second, bro, you're right. So just stay on. People, 2 seconds, because we're gonna have to. We're back to recording. We have to click off record, then click back on. But yeah, for me, yeah, Baz is probably my second favorite character. I love Greg's delivery. He's so just Baz is just. I feel like
He's so carefree. It's
yeah,
brilliant.
he's like a new age hippie.
He's very just nonchalant, laid back. He's like, well, even when he gets when Danny and Keith are slagging him off, he's like, this isn't on. He wasn't very emotional. He's like, no, this is just uncalled for bullshit.
Yeah,
And he called
exactly.
us out on it.
Exactly. And I feel like but I feel like that's kind of needed as well. Someone, because I feel sorry for Tash. And I know in the early episodes her audio is so low down, but I feel like bringing in my sister as Keith's sister Rudy, I feel like bringing in another kind strong presence, you know, as a female character, because I feel like poor Tash, man, her character Nadine gets kind of drowned out sometimes. If you've got these boisterous characters like Keith, like Danny, you know, Tony, she kind of, but she sticks it out on her own as well. Nadine, I've noticed as well.
She does. She's kind like you mentioned. She's kind of the other side of the coin to Tony's character, to Tony the character.
Yeah,
And yeah, you're right. She's very much kind of like the mother of the group
yeah, she is. She really is. She
in
really
a
is.
way, like that conversation with Baz I just alluded to, and she doesn't take shit.
No, she doesn't.
That's that's the best thing about Nadine. She doesn't take shit,
And when you've
even
got,
even though we give her we give her some amount of shit.
yeah, of course. I
But
feel like I feel like
fair
it's
play.
mostly Keith giving her shit because Keith is just an asshole. I actually kind of really need to rein in his cuntiness. I feel like because I feel like people are gonna be like he's so unlikable, especially as it goes on. I feel like he's becoming more and more unlikable. Like terribly more unlikable than what I think I'd like him to be. I feel like there needs to be kind of a cut-off point where it's like, he's an asshole, but I feel like sometimes he can be quite maliciously an asshole.
Hmm.
Obviously that I feel like, with Keith, I write all my worst qualities about myself into him. Everything I don't like about myself is kind of who Keith is.
Yeah, that's everything with art, though. It's a reflection of oneself.
It is, it is, it is. I think it really is. And I feel like that's why when people kind of say, oh, remove the art from the artist, I don't think you can do that. You know yourself, man. I mean, this is something me and Callum really discussed was that we both set out with music as the main goal. And I know for you it still is because you still grind every day. I mean, for fuck's sake, you listen to that beautiful intro of Northside Green. That's Callum on guitar. Like I don't think bro gives himself credit for the talent. But we both started out. We both met through a old mutual friend of mine and still a mutual friend of yours. Um, and we both met, and we it took a while
Yeah,
for
we
us to
originally
become
did a
friends.
music project together.
Yeah, yeah, that's how we got involved, and it's the same with me and Greg. Me and Greg first, me and Greg have performed live together, you know, at a venue. So it's like, music kind of brought everything kind of together with Northside Green, and that's why there's a lot of references to music in the show, even though I've just do you know what, bro? I was one thing away from getting that fucking power up and I didn't get it. Oh my God.
For context, I can't even see. We tried to get a screen share going, it didn't work.
It
So I'm
didn't
just
work.
here talking shit.
But where were we going with that? We were discussing music.
You were discussing music and how it relates to North Green.
Oh yeah, how like we kind of set out doing music, and I've realized that I don't know about you, but I spent 6 years sweating it out doing music and went nowhere. And it feels like Northside Green, I've only been doing film for not even a year and a half, and it feels like it's going somewhere.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like you say, or like I referenced earlier, the voice acting is something I actually enjoy.
Hmm.
It'd be something I wouldn't mind exploring. The only thing
Yeah.
is, I would have no clue how.
I feel like
Yeah, I did.
go on.
I suppose I'd have to look into it. I did have like an interview for a Irish film that from like the man was a student. He graduated, made a film for college, and this was going to be his first project after college.
Yeah.
Really nice chap, but and he wanted me to be part of it. I wanted to be part of it, but life got in the way, and it never happened.
Yeah.
But that's being made at the minute, and more power to him. I hope it turns out well for him. But the voice acting thing, it's definitely something I wouldn't mind exploring.
No, do so, man, because you've got such a gentle voice as well, um, and such a calming voice where I feel like you can kind of do any role. Like I could listen to you doing an audiobook, man. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I really
Apparently,
think.
that's like since I mentioned I need employment. Apparently, that's going to be really good money.
Yeah.
Money for old rope, I believe, is the expression used.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I feel like maybe that's an avenue you could go down.
Yeah, possibly. Like as you say, music's probably my main passion, but trying to find people with the time, talent, and commitment is difficult.
It is.
Usually they have two of the three. They have the time and the commitments, but aren't up to the standard that you want them to be, or they have the talent and the commitment. They're just flat out working and always busy.
Yeah.
It's rare to find someone with all three. And then when you do meet someone with all three, them not be an arsehole, because there's a lot of arseholes in the music scene, unfortunately.
There is. I've noticed that as well. And I mean, we differ in music taste as well, in the sense of I'm not into the heavier stuff. I like it, but I don't think I have the skills to play it. You do though. And would you maybe like to just? We've got like 1 minute left of the call, but would you like to discuss your music you make?
Oh, yeah, can do. Like, I did have an old band. There's some live footage up on YouTube if anyone gives a shit. Look up
Send it to me and
not
I'll
quite.
link it.
Will do. It's called Not Quite the End. It's like 15 minutes. That was my old band. Since then, I've been kind of writing. I have a few different riffs that I have. I might be starting a new project soon with a mate who actually lives in my town, which is definitely a lot easier than traveling up to Dublin to go practice and shit.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
that'd be something different. Maybe quite a unique sound. It's like a blend of my style, the heavy black metal screams and trem picking riffs, but with synthwave, like an heavy industrial synthwave laid in.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting little project. We need to meet up and actually start writing.
No,
But
absolutely,
yeah,
man.
that'll be a fun one. It'll be something different.